The Mothman is one of the most intriguing cryptids, with its unsettling appearance and ties to a tragic event. Here's a deeper dive into its lore and some resources to help you explore further. The Mothman. Of Point Pleasant First Sightings. The Mothman legend began in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in 1966. Between November 1966 and December 1967, over 100 people reported seeing a large winged creature with glowing red eyes. Witnesses described it as man-sized or larger, with a wingspan of 10 feet or more. Some said it had no head, with the red eyes set in its chest. Connection to the Silver Bridge collapse. Many believe the Mothman sightings were connected to the December 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge, which spanned the Ohio River between Point Pleasant and Gallipolis, Ohio. The tragedy claimed 46 lives. Some believe the Mothman was a harbinger of the disaster, while others speculate it was somehow involved in the collapse itself. John Keel and the Mothman Prophecies. Author and paranormal researcher John Keel investigated the Mothman sightings and wrote the book The Mothman Prophecies, which popularized the legend. Keel connected the sightings to other strange phenomena in the area, including UFO sightings and Men in Black encounters. He suggested the Mothman might be an interdimensional being or a manifestation of some unknown force. Witness statements. The Scarberry and Mallet sightings. On November 15, 1966, two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallet, reported seeing a large gray thing with red eyes near an abandoned TNT plant outside Point Pleasant. They described it as shaped like a man, but bigger, maybe 6.5 or 7 feet tall, with big wings folded against its back. This is considered the first widely reported Mothman sighting. Other eyewitness accounts. Numerous other residents of Point Pleasant reported seeing the creature over the next year. Descriptions varied, but common elements included the large size, red eyes, and a sense of dread or unease associated with the sightings. Important note. While many websites and books present the Mothman sightings as fact, it's important to remember that there is no definitive proof of the creature's existence. Many explanations have been offered, including misidentification of known animals, like owls or sandhill cranes, mass hysteria, and even hoaxes. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the Mothman legend continues to fascinate and intrigue. Its connection to a real-life tragedy and the enduring mystery surrounding the sightings make it a compelling story that captures the imagination. The Owl Man of Cornwall, England, 1976. You've got a keen eye for cryptids across the pond. The Owl Man of Monon is a fascinating case, with some intriguing parallels to the Mothman. Here's what we know about this feathered fiend. The sightings. 1976. The Owlman sightings were concentrated around the village of Monon, specifically near the 13th century Monon Church. April. Two young sisters, June and Vicky Melling, were camping near the church when they saw a large owl-like creature with glowing red eyes and black pincer-like claws hovering above the church tower. They described it as being as big as a man. July. Two other young girls, Sally Chapman and Barbara Perry, also reported seeing the Owlman while camping in the same area. They described a similar creature with red eyes and pointed ears. Description. Witnesses consistently described the Owlman as large, around the size of a man, possibly larger, owl-like, feathered, with a distinct owl-like head and face. Red eyes, glowing red eyes were a common feature in the reports. Claws. Some witnesses described black, pincer-like claws. Possible explanations, misidentification. Some suggest the Owlman sightings could be attributed to misidentified owls, particularly barn owls, which are known to inhabit church towers. However, the size and specific details described by witnesses make this explanation less likely for some. Hoax. Others believe the Owlman was a hoax, possibly orchestrated by a local prankster or even those seeking to capitalize on the growing interest in paranormal phenomena. Folklore and legend. Cornwall has a rich history of folklore and legends, and some believe the Owlman could be a manifestation of these stories, tapping into ancient fears and beliefs. The Owlman and the Mothman. The similarities between the Owlman and the Mothman are striking. Winged humanoids. Both creatures are described as large winged beings with unsettling appearances. Glowing red eyes. The red eyes are a prominent feature in both cases, adding to their eerie nature. Association with strange events. While the Owlman isn't directly linked to a specific disaster like the Mothman, its appearance near a church and the sense of dread it evoked in witnesses suggest a connection to the unknown or the supernatural. Intriguing questions. The Owlman sightings raise some interesting questions. Are they connected to the Mothman? Could these creatures be related in some way, or are they separate phenomena arising from similar cultural anxieties? What is their nature? Are they misidentified animals, hoaxes, or something more extraordinary? Why do these creatures appear in different times and places? Is there a deeper meaning or archetype associated with these winged humanoids? The Owlman, like the Mothman, continues to fascinate and intrigue. It serves as a reminder that even in our modern world, there are still mysteries lurking in the shadows, waiting to be explored. Like this video and subscribe if you're intrigued by unsolved mysteries.